Hello everyone, today we're going to go over the most essential SQL commands you need to know to become a database administrator. So let's get started. If you have XAMPP installed, open phpMyAdmin and navigate to the SQL tab. We'll cover the entire process from creating databases to performing subqueries. Let's see what is our current user with select user. To run, we are going to do Ctrl A to select all and Ctrl Enter to run the query. We are using now the root user. Now we are going to show all of our permissions with show grants for our user and our host, and we are going to run it. As you can see here, we have privileges on any of the databases. Now we are going to run show databases. And here, these are all of the databases for our user. Now to add a comment, we are just going to do double hyphen. We will create a new database with create database company and we are going to execute it. Now we are going to create a user which is going to be the administrator for this database with create user, our username, our host, and we are going to set a password with identified by password and we are going to run it. Now we are going to grant all of the permissions to access to the company database with grant all. On our database, select everything to our user which is company admin, our host with grant option and we are going to run it. Now we are going to try to log in with shell. To do that, we are going to use MySQL -user, our username which is company admin. We are going to pass a password and we are going to place our database. As you can see here, now we can log in and we are going to show all of our databases. If you see here, we don't have access to the root databases. Now we are going to continue by creating a table. To make it simple, we are going to look in this tutorial and we are going to copy the create statement. We are going to create the employee table. We are going to copy. Well, basically this is going to create under the database company a table employee. Here we are going to define all of the attributes and well, as you can see here, we can also define some of the constraints. Here we are just ensuring that gender can only have two values, M or F, which is useful to maintain the integrity of our table. Bar chart is useful for non-fixed length, which can be from 0 to 15, and we are going to run it. Now that we have created the table, let's guess that the length for the first name is not enough and we want to expand it. So we are going to do that with alter table, our table, which is company, and it's going to be employee, modify column, our column name, which is first name. It's going to be bar chart 40. It's going to be again not null and we are going to run it. Now we are going to describe our table to ensure that this change has been applied correctly. We describe company, that employee, and we are going to run it. As you can see here, it has been increased. Now we are going to see how we can add data to this. What we can do is just to do insert into. We have two options. The first option is just to pass all of the possible values in order, and the another option is to specify which are the values that we are going to pass. So for example, here we are just passing first name, last name, country, and these are all of the ones that are not nullable. Now we are going to query everything with select from company that employee. Well, you can also specify which fields you want to bring. For example, only first name and last name. And you can run it. So it's complete. So now let's see how we can do updates under this table. To do an update, what we can do is just to do update our table, set our attribute, which is going to be first name, and we are going to set it to my name, and we are going to run it. You can just click OK. This is just a warning. Now we are going to select everything, and we are going to run it. As you can see here, everything was updated. Now let's just try with delete. We are going to delete everything from our table. So it's going to be delete from company tag employee. It's good to also have the where if you don't want to destroy all of the data. Alright. So now the next thing that we can do is that we can create another table which is going to be a foreign key to our table. So to do that, we are going to copy again. And in this statement, as you can see, we have a constraint. Here we have that our foreign key ID employee is going to be linked with the tax ID of the table company employee. And we are going to run it. Now we are going to fill with data in order to test the select. We are going to run it, and now the next thing that we can do is to answer a question. For example, let's suppose that someone is asking us how many employees are working in New York. To do that, we can use subqueries like this one. Basically, what we can do is just that we select one table and then we just specify again another select. So for example, here is going to bring us all of the IT's employees which have the place New York office, and wherein is going to specify that this task ID matches the ID employee. So let's run it. And as you can see here, there's only one user working in New York office. Now we are going to do this part using joins. Well, there are three main types of join. The first is the inner join, which indicates that all of the records from table A should match the records from table B. The left join is going to be all of the records from table A are going to be displayed plus the ones that matches with the table B. And the right join is going to be all of the records in table B are going to be matched with the ones that are in table A. So let's do it with select from company that employee. You can define aliases like for example here, and we are going to do join. If you don't place anything, it's going to be by default inner join. So it's going to be join company that works in as, and it's going to be as WK, and from this we already have the join, but we need to specify on where. So it's going to be on the employee tax ID should match the works that ID employee. Now let's run this, and as you can see here, it is doing the join. Now we are going to insert some invalid fields. So these are not having the working, so we are going to run it. Alright, so now let's see how it works with the left join. Well, as you can see here with the left join, we can have null values. In this case, we cannot have null values with right join because we have defined not null in the foreign key. But with this, we already have the join, and now let's answer the question by adding the where place. is going to be like New York. And we're going to run it. So as you can see here, we have got the same answer with two different ways to do it. Now we're going to see how we can use the union. Well, remember that union will work if we have the same number of columns and they have the same type. So let's do select from, select first name, and tax ID from company that employee. Onion is going to be select place ID employee from company that works in, and we're going to run it. As you can see here, this is the onion, and we can also specify onion all, which allows to add duplicates or onion distinct. And well, these are the most helpful comments. So thank you. Please feel free to comment, and thank you for watching.